So, when you picture an HVAC technician's toolkit, what comes to mind? You're probably thinking about gauges, wrenches, all the heavy-duty recovery machines, right? Well, today we're going to talk about how software is completely changing this hands-on work and how the most powerful tool you have is probably the one that's already in your pocket. Let's dive in.
This quote right here, it just nails it. It totally flips the old script that expertise is all about physical tools and how you use your hands. The modern job site is becoming this blend of hands-on skill and, well, digital intelligence, and it's all running on the smartphone. So, how is a phone a game changer? I mean, really. It's not just about being convenient. It's about tackling some of the most frustrating, time-wasting, and costly problems that have been a part of the trades for, well, forever. I mean, think about it from a tech's perspective. Every single minute you spend on the phone with a distributor trying to get a part number, that's a minute you're not getting to the next job. Every time you have to do a manual calculation for refrigerant charge or duct size, that's a chance for one tiny little math error to cause a massive callback. And don't even get me started on disorganized photos or paper invoices. That's a customer dispute just waiting to happen. Software is designed to just erase all that friction. But here's the thing, not all apps are winners. The ones that actually get used out in the wild, they all share a few key traits. First, they have to work when you've got 0 bars in a basement or a crawl space. That is absolutely non-negotiable. They also need to solve a real, tangible problem, like actually save you time or stop you from making a mistake, not just be some cool digital toy. And maybe most importantly, they have to be so simple that a tech can figure it out in 5 minutes. If not, it's just another icon you'll never tap. Okay, let's break this down into a couple of categories. First up are the apps that help with the actual hands-on technical part of the job. This is what we're calling the digital tool belt. And that name, Digital Tool Belt, is perfect. These apps aren't trying to replace your wrenches or your gauges. They're designed to make them smarter. They're like having a digital assistant right there with you that can handle all the complex math, search through endless parts catalogs, and walk you through diagnostic flowcharts that used to be stuck in a binder in your truck.
And when you see it laid out like this, the shift is it's night and day. We're going from old-school cardboard duckulators and scribbling notes on a pad to a world where data just flows from your tools straight to your screen. Calculations are instant, and finding a part number is as simple as snapping a quick picture of a nameplate.
All right, so let's get specific. A fantastic example of this in action is an app called MeasureQuick. You can think of it as the central brain for all your diagnostic tools, and you're about to see just how smart its workflow really is. So here's how it works, and it's incredibly cool. Your Bluetooth probes and gauges stream live data right into the app. No more writing down numbers on a notepad. Then, the app crunches all that data in real time, checking for over 100 potential problems, from airflow issues to a bad refrigerant charge. And maybe the best part? When you're done, it spits out a professional-looking report you can show the customer, proving exactly what you found and what you fixed.
Okay, what's another huge time waster on a job site? Just figuring out what piece of equipment you're looking at and where to find the right parts. That's exactly the problem an app called Bluon was built to solve. It's basically the ultimate HVAC encyclopedia, but one that actually fits in your pocket. The power here is really threefold. First, you've got this massive database with specs and manuals for, get this, 500,000 different models. Then, they have an AI tool that's been trained on over 135,000 real-world service calls, so it can give you troubleshooting steps. And if all else fails, you can get on a line with an actual veteran technician for live support. It's like having the most senior guy in the shop on speed dial for every single job. Okay, so that's the technical side of things. But let's be honest, fixing the unit is only half the battle, right? You still have to run the business, scheduling, invoicing, collecting payment. And you guessed it, there's a whole class of apps just for that.
And the difference here is just as dramatic. The old way was all messy clipboards, chasing customers for checks, and a camera roll full of photos you can't even remember taking. The new way? You're creating a professional invoice right there on site, taking a credit card payment on the spot, and every single photo you take is automatically tagged and filed to the correct customer. It's a whole different world.
So apps like Housecall Pro are built to be the command center for your entire business. From one place, you can schedule jobs, send those "Hey, I'm on my way" texts to customers, build out estimates, and process payments. It basically smooths out that whole customer journey, from the first phone call to the final invoice. And then there's a job nobody really loves but is absolutely critical: documentation. This is where an app like CompanyCam shines. It's such a simple idea, but it's executed perfectly. It's a camera app that automatically organizes every photo by the job site's location and puts a timestamp on it. It creates this undeniable, bulletproof record of your work. And if you're wondering if it's worth the subscription, this quote really says it all. The value isn't just about being organized. It's about protecting yourself from liability. The first time a customer questions whether a part was really broken or claims you damaged something, you just pull up that crystal clear, time-stamped before photo, and the argument is over. That kind of peace of mind is priceless. So, we've talked about all these amazing options. The big question now is, what do you actually need? Because, look, downloading 20 different apps that you never even open is not the answer. The goal here is to build a focused app stack that solves your specific problems without giving you new headaches like a bunch of subscription fees. And this is the most crucial point right here. There is no single right answer for everyone. A solo operator who does everything themselves has completely different needs than a growing company that's trying to coordinate, say, a dozen different techs out in the field. So this slide gives us a really great starting point. For the solo operator, it's all about being lightweight and fast. You grab an app for parts, like Bluon, one for diagnostics, like MeasureQuick, and a simple invoicing app. That covers all your bases without a huge monthly bill. But for that growing team, the focus shifts. Now it's about coordination and consistency. That means you need a central platform, a field service management app, or FSM, like Housecall Pro. It's like a digital headquarters for the whole operation. You pair that with a standardized diagnostic app for all your techs and a documentation tool like CompanyCam, and you can make sure everyone is doing quality work the same way. All right, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. What does this huge shift towards software really mean for the future of the skilled trades? This right here is the most important takeaway of this whole explainer. This technology isn't dumbing down the trade, it's elevating it. It automates all the tedious, error-prone stuff so that a technician's real expertise can be focused on bigger things, more complex problem-solving, better communication with customers, and just a higher level of professionalism. The best techs of the future are going to be masters of both their physical and their digital tools. And that leaves us with one last question to think about. As the software gets better and better at just telling you what the technical problem is, what's the skill that will really set an expert apart? Is it being able to explain a complex problem to a homeowner in a simple way they can understand? Is it the ability to see the bigger, system-wide issues that an app might miss? Or is it something else entirely? That right there is the new frontier for the modern technician.